welcome back to my channel. Today I am wearing clothes because laundry day is over. So I have a full closet full of clean clothes again, and I will be wearing them. I really apologize for the last video and my lack of a shirt. I'm sure it was offensive to see this middle-aged fat guy talking about Kratom. So anyway, this video I promised to tell you where is the legal and where is the illegal spots for Kratom. And it's very good news for some people, not so good news for some other people. If you're in Florida, good news, it's completely legal. If it's in Tennessee, is the only strange place. It's completely legal, but only for those over 21 years of age, which is strange because it's not an illicit or legal drug, so I don't understand. I think getting kids involved in something like Kratom at an earlier age, maybe in their teens, excuse me, as a alternative to drugs, you know, as an alternative to weed or as an alternative to ecstasy and party drugs, you know. And for kids with ADHD, I think it would be very useful in helping them with their staying calm. And there's a lot of teenage depression. As a neuropsychologist like I am, the statistics are showing that juvenile depression is growing at a rate that's not good. Anyway, let me read you the list of states where it is illegal to buy, sell, possess, or use Kratom. There's only a few: Alabama, Arkansas, Indiana, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Wisconsin. That's it. Those are the only the 6 states in the whole country that are illegal, which means every place else is wide open. If you have any questions about it, just do a simple Google search. You know, is Kratom legal in my state? But it is, however, being looked at by the Fed, or the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, I'm sorry. And it's looking like they're gonna keep it legal for now. But it makes me nervous just because they're always looking for it. So, and I think it's ironic that states like Alabama, where methamphetamine use is higher than it is in most of the other states. I mean, it would, inserting a new drug in there that might get somebody a little there's not a whole lot of euphoria with Kratom, and I'm trying really hard to drink just enough to get the effects that I want to get. Like, I want to get a mild euphoria, not a crazy euphoria. I'll deal with that with other medication or other herbs, which I'm working on really hard. And I'm not sure how legal this will be because it's pretty hardcore, and people actually died using my next method that I am going to talk about. It's called poppy seed tea. And yes, poppy seeds come from the poppy plant, which is what heroin is made out of. Well, poppy plants have been used by Native Americans and shaman all over the world for thousands of years. And then some idiot found out how to turn it into heroin, inject it in your arm, and create an epidemic. Where I see Kratom as a great alternative for getting off of heroin. And I'm thinking this poppy seed tea might be another way to wean yourself off of heroin and other opiates. I do know that in Thailand they made Kratom illegal because it was competing with their opiate products. But since then, Thailand's changed their plan, and it is now legal again in Thailand to sell and produce Kratom and use. I'm noticing the more Kratom I drink, the more fatigue I feel. So if I have 1 or 2 cups and stop, I have this burst of energy. I mean, but I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, which is my usual time to wake up. I love the mornings. I love from 3:30 to 6:30 in the morning. It's when I get most of my shit done. And another thing I want to talk to you all about is it's election time, and I'm really, really hoping that you vote. It's more important now than ever, because when Obama was president, we were far left, and that really pissed off the racists. I mean, my family members, they look like general middle class white suburban housewives, and apparently they were racists. They won't admit they were racist, but they were racist. And when they saw somebody like Trump, somebody from New York City who supposedly had all these millions of dollars and represented the beliefs and ideologies that these white middle class suburban housewives thought were going to help them, so they vote. So when Trump got elected, everything swung not to the far right, because I don't think Trump's right on the right either. I don't think he's right either. But he's done nothing for our country in the last 4 years. Nothing, except for divide it. Brought racism to the forefront. So people aren't even closet racist anymore. They're wide out in the open. The Confederate flag flies right next to the Trump flag. It was amazing. I was driving through downtown Tennessee yesterday, and parades of trucks driving through with a Trump flag, a Confederate flag, a Trump flag, a Confederate flag, American flag. To me, the Confederate flag is a flag of treason. The Confederates, I mean, we could go on all day, but I'm not educated enough on the Civil War to go into it, but I see it as a flag of treason. And if you want to start a conversation with me in the comments about that would be awesome. I'm trying to make this more of a little bit more of an integrated question and answer kind of thing. Right now I focus mostly on Kratom because that's my expertise right now. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of studying. And I know, don't make fun of me because my elbows aren't tattooed yet, even though it is supposed to be the most painful place to get tattooed. I didn't not get tattooed in my elbows because it hurts. It's just, I've never paid for a tattoo before. And when my friends are either tattoo artists or musicians, I take advantage of their time and can only really get tattooed on their time schedule and when they're kind enough to do it. So I haven't been able to go back and take advantage of my friends who I couldn't thank enough. I was an elementary school teacher. Can you imagine your elementary school teacher walking into class with this and earrings and for the first couple of days I wore a business coat over my tattoos because I didn't want to start any, and I let the kids get to know me as Mr. Irving, and it was awesome because Mr. Irving was straight up, no nonsense, respect, went really far to the right. Then all of a sudden Mr. Irving took off his business jacket and he was a normal guy. He was a dude with tattoos who used to be in a punk rock band. And as you can see, the bass hanging on the back of the wall, that was my instrument of choice. And I am going to make another YouTube video about Red Roses for a Blue Lady, my band. And I'm going to have live videos. We were doing really well for a long time. Got signed to a pretty decent label. And then the wife. It's either me or the band. And in retrospect, I chose the wrong decision. If your wife I thought I was being a loving, kind, so I gave up my band for my wife. And it didn't work out totally bad. I think if I would have stayed, eventually somebody else would have quit and we would have broken up. And I would have lost my wife and my band. But the band was the single greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. And in retrospect, I would give anything to be back in my band. And I'll I'll make another channel, probably called Red Roses for Blue Lady, and I'll link it to this channel so you can see more of who this Kratom guy is. I've got 2 master's degrees, one in neuropsychology and another one in special education, with a focus on children with behavioral and emotional disabilities, especially children with abnormal psychology. I was going to be a psychologist, and in all reality, I wanted to be a psychiatrist. I wanted to be a medical doctor, but as fate turned out, I had a massive stroke, and just before I entered the PhD program for neuropsychology, which I had a stroke, which is ironic, going into neuropsychology and I have a massive stroke. And not just a little stroke, it was a stroke that wiped out the entire left side of my body. And if you're still watching this far into it, thank you. This channel's never going to get monetized, so no commercials is probably a good thing, so let's take advantage of that for now. Well, everybody, it was really nice chatting with you again. Please comment if you have any questions, or if you have any doubts that your state is legal or not. I'll just ask me a question in the comments and I'll check it out for you and I'll reply. But what is going on my camera lens? Oh, that's on my... That's not even... Alright, never mind. Have a good day, y'all. My name is Chris Irving, and I hope you have a blessed Sunday. Sundays are a day that I like to take for myself. I do spend a lot of time in meditation. I drink Kratom, and then I'll meditate for 20 to 30 minutes. I'm also becoming very interested in the law of attraction, and I'm thinking it's starting to work. I've been keeping a law of attraction journal, and in that journal I have, well, that's a whole nother video in itself. So peace out, people. Love y'all. Chris out.